I don't know how it can be challenged. You'll probably challenge it. You may find a rogue judge. You get a lot of rogue judges.
Thank God this is illegal. I mean, I certainly hope it is. And look, you may have seen that on March 31st, Donald Trump signed an executive order, one that was targeting mail-in voting, one that directs the DHS and Social Security to compile a list of eligible voters in each state. And here's the important part, instructs the Postal Service to only send mail ballots to people on that list. Any state that fails to comply loses their federal funding. The acting Attorney General right now is Todd Blanche. He's Trump's personal criminal defense attorney. And under this executive order, he is authorized to prosecute election officials who send ballots to ineligible voters, even if they do so unknowingly. So I just want you to get this straight. Our president wants to weaponize the United States Postal Service to help him cheat in the November midterms, and he is going to use his personal defense attorney to prosecute state and local election officials that don't help him cheat. Got it. The problem, legally, is that the Constitution says the times, places, and manners of these federal elections are determined by individual states, with only Congress able to make the changes. The president, he cannot unilaterally override how states run their elections. Every election law expert called it unconstitutional immediately. Rick Hassan at UCLA, he said it's virtually impossible to implement all of this in time for November. That's the point. Trump wants this broken. He wants November to be chaos. David Becker from the Center of Election Innovation said some may freak out about this, but honestly, this is hilarious. He might as well go sign an EO banning gravity. It's kind of funny. Meanwhile, Democrats like Schumer, Jeffries, the DNC, etc., they filed a suit within 24 hours of this executive action. We'll see how that plays out. But one of my favorite things that I've read about this executive order came from a county clerk in Dane County, Wisconsin. And he said that his attorneys told him to not even worry about it. This quote is beautiful. "The courts will strike it down faster than a cheetah on meth." It's a real quote from a real elected official, using real cheetah meth imagery to describe a federal court acting with speed. I want this man to run for a higher office. He clearly gets it. He clearly has what it takes. And by the way, I have been up close and personal with cheetahs. I pet them. They are freaking scary. They're muscular, they're efficient, and yeah, they are paranoid. And I can assure you that if any of them were fed by Walter White, we'd all be in trouble. Still not as much trouble as we are with Trump running the country. Arizona's Secretary of State called this a disgusting overreach. The Arizona Attorney General said mail-in voting in Arizona has been used safely and securely for decades. Colorado, their Secretary of State, noted that in Colorado, almost everyone votes by mail. He was quoted as saying, "We look forward to this unconstitutional overreach being stopped by the judiciary." The judiciary, which at this rate is getting approximately 40 cases a week. Now, the thing I saved for last about this, you already know this, but I've got to repeat it here. The president signed this executive order on March 31st. The order restricts mail-in voting because he said at the signing, the cheating on mail-in voting is legendary. It's horrible. He said this while being himself, remember, a mail voter. He voted by mail, or maybe Butler, in a Florida special election last month, and he's done it a lot of times before that. He votes by mail. And then he signed an order saying mail voting is legendary cheating. He is legendary cheating. He didn't seem bothered by this, by the way. Maybe, hopefully, this is going to be tested. Maybe this is going to never make it out of the courts. He said that too, by the way, about the order. And that's the level of commitment we're dealing with.
Okay, so that's a big deal. Very proud of it. And I don't know how it can be challenged. You'll probably challenge it. You may find a rogue judge. You get a lot of rogue judges. Very bad people, very bad judges. But that's the only way that can be changed. And hopefully we'll win on appeal if it is. But I don't see how anybody can challenge it. I don't see how they can challenge it.
Trump's first executive order on elections, it was largely blocked by the courts last year. This, it's just the sequel. And nothing Nothing about any of this is normal. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon, leave us a comment, leave us a share it all over the internet, and I promise you we are going to keep things as normal as we can. But we need your help to keep the cheetahs clean.